Afternoon, everybody, and I'm here to give you my review. It's kind of a double review on Monday Night Raw and then the night before, Battle for Glory. So let's start with the night before, which was Battle for Glory, okay? First of all, I didn't get to see it live on pay-per-view. I did what I've been normally doing when I can't watch a pay-per-view live because of financial reasons. I downloaded it off a website. So anyway, and I will be putting it onto DVD real soon. But anyway, let's get into it. The first match of the night was Ultimate X. An amazing match, no doubt about it. I mean, it was one of the best opening matches I've ever seen TNA do for a show, either Impact or pay-per-view. One of the best of all. Daniels and Suicide had a nasty fall towards the end, but overall, great match. Motor City Machine Guns took the place of the Pope D'Angelo De Niro because De Niro had to leave because of a family emergency. But overall, back and forth action and just unbelievable. Amazing Red does retain the X Division title and remains X Division champion. I predicted this because, like I said, I think what TNA wants to do is go forward with that youth movement and, you know, push the younger superstars they feel are the future of the TNA company. Next, we have the Knockouts Tag Team title match. I love the story. I love the storyline the TNA is doing right now with the Beautiful People. You know, the Beautiful People are trying to influence and try to get referees to do the bidding. And, you know, we saw that happen last month with Slick Johnson. You know, the past 2 months with Slick Johnson. And they tried it with another referee at Battle for Glory. Even going by having Lacey basically kiss the referee on the cheek, on the lips, and promise him a good time and everything. And basically, he goes out, puts the seat down for Lacey so she can sit down. And here comes Earl Hebner. And again, this is the storyline I like about it. Earl's coming down now, and the Beautiful People, they know exactly what's going to happen when he comes in. He's going to eject somebody from ring. He's going to lay down the law. But what happens is Lacey tries the same thing. She tries the same thing, but unlike the other referee, Earl doesn't buy into it, and Lacey's gone from ringside to make it a fair fight. So I think what TNA is doing with the Beautiful People and the whole Earl Hebner and everything is it making a little. I think what TNA is trying to do is they want to focus on the Beautiful People for when they say be more on the vignettes and promos and than wrestling, because they don't have as much experience as Angelina did. So especially Lacey. So I guess what they're doing is they're trying to make them more into, you know, like, okay, you're Beautiful People, that's your job. You know, you wrestle, but not as much. I think what they're trying to do is turn them into like, ooh, you know, I love seeing the Beautiful People. They're attractive, they're beautiful, and they are. There's no doubt about it. But doing it in a way that makes them look like losers. In other words, say, see, without help, you can't win a match. Or without something shows favor to you, you can't win a match. So, but Lacey again was ejected from ringside, and it was a good match. But in the end, Ed Taylor and Serenity, I can't even pronounce the name, Serenity retained the TNA Tag Team title. Then we had the Legends matchup, the three-way dance, Kevin Nash, Eric Young, and Hernandez. Good match overall. Definitely puts more of that dissension between the Mafia and the World Elite, because instead of following through on a promise, on a deal, I guess, to either have Kevin or himself walk out with the title, probably let Kevin walk out with the title, Eric Young stabs Kevin Nash in the back. Kevin was about to jackknife Hernandez to get the win. Eric pushes Hernandez right into the groin of Kevin, covers, I think, Kevin for the win, or I think it's Hernandez to Kevin, I can't remember, I've got to watch the match again. But Eric Young walked out Legends champion. I wonder where they're going to go with this. Probably going to make Eric's ego bigger, thinking he is a legend. Then we had the Knockouts title match. And I got this one wrong, just like I got the... Now, the first two matches I got right. The second, the three-way dance, the Legends title, I got wrong, because I picked Hernandez in there, but I also said if it's Eric, it's because they want to push the main event Mafia. But I was more for Hernandez. That didn't happen. Next match, ODB, Terra, and Awesome Kong for the Knockouts title. A good match, very good match. A little confusing during the middle of it. a little confusing during the middle because as Tara was knocked to the outside, she seemed to get in some kind of confrontation with a fan at ringside, but we find out that that fan is Kim Couture. You know, Randy Couture's wife or sister or somebody. I don't know if it's his wife or sister, but Kim Couture, I guess a female MMA, attacked Tara. She posted this on her Twitter. Kim Couture posted this on her Twitter saying she attacked, humiliated Tara on TNA live television, and basically saying stick to the fake stuff. So I don't know if they're going to continue with this or not, but it was a good match. Raisha Saeed tried to come down and get Kong to use the chair. Kong, I guess now since she's a face, doesn't want to use the chair, wants to use her own abilities, but Raisha, insisted, she uses it, and it backfires on Raisha because ODB, I think, is able to DDT or drop Kong head first on the chair, and ODB wins the match. I picked Kong to win, but because this would move her to a feud with Raisha, where Raisha would be revealed to be Alyssa. That is not the case, but still we might see that feud anyway. Then we had the Full Metal Mayhem match for the TNA and IWGP Tag Team titles. A great match back and forth. Booker T stretchered out on a stretcher, was injured, I guess, somehow. I don't know what happened. Scott Steiner, despite what people may say of him, gave a good showing on his own. But in the end, the titles did change hands. The British Invasion loses the IWGP title to Team 3D, who looked like they were going to get both titles, but thanks to Rhino, only get the IWGP titles. And the British Invasion, they end up winning, thanks to the help of Rob Terry, they end up winning the TNA Tag Team titles. Now, the next match, and I'll get into that in a second. Let me check my time here. Okay, got 3 minutes. This is going to be in 2 parts. I apologize for that. It's going to be in 2 parts. I apologize. But the next match, trying to think. I know it was some... Oh, yes, the Monsters Ball, I believe. I believe it was the Monsters... No. It was Bobby Lashley, Samoa Joe. Physical match, just like I said it was going to be. Physical match, almost similar to UFC in a way. But in the end, Bobby Lashley, because like I said, Bobby Lashley is going to be pushed. Bobby Lashley ends up winning the match and beating Samoa Joe, basically not causing Joe to tap out, but making him pass out from a chokehold. Then we have the Monsters Ball match, Mick Foley and Abyss with Stevie as the referee. A very violent match, had some good spots in it. Barbed wire all over, and just like a lot of you guys have said about Daphne and what she's done the past couple of months, she is out of her mind. Daphne, towards the end of the match, gets chokeslammed by Abyss through a barbed wire bed, if you will, through a barbed wire bedboard. He set up at ringside between the ring and the rail. She gets chokeslammed right through it. So, this shows how crazy she is. Stevie gets shock treatment and then gets black hole slammed into some tacks. Mick Foley gets chokeslammed into barbed wire, and Abyss ends up winning the match by dragging Stevie over and making Stevie's head, do the 3 count. Then we had the TNA World Heavyweight. Oh no, we had Matt Morgan versus Kurt Angle. A great back and forth match, one of the best matches I've ever seen. Kurt Angle does win the match with a roll-up. Matt Morgan shakes Kurt Angle's hand, shows some sportsmanship, so maybe they're going to turn Kurt's face or something. I don't know. Maybe not. But Kurt Angle wins the match, his first Bound for Glory win since participating in Bound for Glory. Then, the main event, AJ Styles and Sting. Great back and forth match. Both men showed a lot of potential. Some say it was lackluster, some say it wasn't. But AJ does win the match with a splash off the top rope. AJ beats Sting, and Sting right now says he's uncertain of his future. We don't know what's going to happen. But a great pay-per-view overall, and that ends for part 1 of my double review on Bound for Glory. I give Bound for Glory 10 out of 10. And now up next is Monday Night Raw from last night in part 2.